Here we are together again on the radio. So many of you seem to go to this this page on MSN.com. It's Money Central. And many of you send me these articles, and I've been getting just a ton of them, and they seem to deal with issues we tend to talk about. And here's one that was sent in by a listener. It actually originated on a website that I really like and I use a lot called Bankrate.com. It tells you how to find the lowest interest rates on mortgages and other kinds of loans, car loans, what have you. It tells you how to find the highest rates on CDs, savings accounts, checking accounts, what have you. It's a good, useful website that doesn't appear to have some alternative agenda. I use it a lot. For example, if you're looking for the cheapest credit card with the lowest interest rate, that's always a good place to look. So this article originated there. Here was the question for what it says here is Bankrate.com's debt advisor. I guess it's an advice column at Bankrate.com. Says here, my boyfriend has more than $30,000 in credit card debt that he wants me to help pay off. He amassed an additional $30,000 debt 3 years ago, but he rolled that into his mortgage. I don't think I should help pay for any of this debt. Do you agree? Now, of course, the advice columnist is employed to give a very windy answer to this. And we don't know who he is anyway, so let's forget about his answer to this question. I'm going to answer it. First of all, there's a gender question here. If a man wrote this letter, the answer would not be so obvious to people. Because we're always supposed to help the little ladies out. And I am certain that the guy who answered this question, who essentially agreed with the letter writer that she should not help pay for any of the debt, would have a very different point of view. He'd be singing a different tune if the letter writer were a man writing about his girlfriend. But you see, I'm going to make this real simple for you. I don't believe in paying off anybody's debt, ever. Ever. I see unpaid debt as, number one, baggage that somebody is carrying. There's no way I would move in with someone or marry somebody who had substantial debt. That includes, number one, student loans. Number two, car loans. Number three, credit card debt. I would not be in any situation where I was combining my finances with somebody who had any of those three. Because I don't want to be responsible for them. You know, I would not lay my debts on somebody else. By the way, the only debt I have these days is my mortgage. And the only reason I have a mortgage is because my accountant told me don't pay it off. That's cheap money and you can use it in the stock market. And that's what I've done. And despite the recent activity in the stock market, I make a much higher return on the money that I did not pay back on my mortgage than I'm paying on the mortgage. On top of that, I get to write off the mortgage, so I get 50% of the mortgage interest back. It's a great deal. My accountant is brilliant. There's no two ways about it. I check in with him every couple of years and ask him the same question, and the answer is always the same. That's the only debt I have is my mortgage. And the mortgage is far less than the value of the home. I have about 80% equity in my home. So bottom line, even though I owe a debt, it's a secured debt, and the piece of property I have is worth far more than the amount I owe on it. So the net of that is a positive, not a negative. In short, I have a positive net worth, a huge positive net worth. I would not marry, live with, or get engaged to anyone who has student loans, substantial credit card debt, or car loan. because I don't want to pay their bills. It's not my responsibility to pay their bills. The fact that somebody has unpaid credit card debt is a sign of real trouble. Unpaid debt is a matter of character. When you borrow money, you are expected to pay it back. And that does not mean pay it off in 27 years. That means to be paid off promptly. And anybody who's got $30,000 in credit card debt and just keeps rolling it over or rolling it into their mortgage and then running up another $30,000 in debt, that person has a problem of character. And I would not have a relationship with them. Would I have sex with someone with big debts? You bet I would. Because I think there's plenty of women who would have sex with me thinking that ultimately down the line I would pay their bills. And I certainly wouldn't say anything to leave them with the impression that I wouldn't. I just wouldn't talk about the subject at all. Once a woman gets close enough to me to ask me an embarrassing question like that, that's when I tell her to hit the road. Can you help me with my rent this month? No. I'm not paying your rent. I'm not paying your car payments. I'm not paying your student loan payments. I'm not paying your Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover card bills. No. I'm not paying your cell phone bill, gas bill, electric bill, water bill, property tax bill. No. And by the way, this is not gender specific. Nobody should pay my bills either. Ever. Not my taxes. Not my cost of, maintaining my expensive car, my expensive home. I don't expect anyone to help me pay my bills. But I'm not going to help you pay your bills. And I'm not going to get involved with somebody who has big bills, because eventually they come to you and they say they want money. Let me finally say that I would never get involved with anybody who at some point would say, my family needs money. My uncle is broke, my brother needs money, my sister needs money, my family needs money. No, absolutely not. Not doing it. I believe everybody should take care of their own responsibilities. Do you believe in a relationship or in a marriage that the person with money should pay the debts of the person without money or the debts of their family?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
If they hurt me, I stop loving them.
There's no second chance forgiveness.
If someone took a knife and put it in my heart and I survived, I could not come out of the hospital and say, I love you, man. I couldn't do it.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. I say, number one, bad credit, bad character. Number two, if someone has a lot of debt, I'll have sex with you, but I'm not going to, number one, not moving in with you. Number two, not marrying you. Number three, never, ever going to pay your bills. Ever. Doesn't that make sense? 1-800-5800-866 is our telephone number. This is Sal on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Tom? How you doing?
Doing great. How you doing?
I'm all right, Tom. First of all, I want to, give you props on everything you've accomplished and, all the money you've made and everything else. But I need to ask you, dude, how does someone like yourself who's been divorced a number of times, go out and just tell people all this crappy-ass advice?
Well, first of all, I'm not giving people advice for being married or how to stay married.
Yeah, but I mean, you talk all this.
I never claimed to be a marriage expert, ever.
All this perfect person, and I mean,
I never said I'm a perfect person. I've made the mistakes, and that's why I know right from wrong, because I've made the mistakes. And, yeah.
How many times have you made the mistake?
Why are you, by the way, why are you so upset about this? Are you one of those people who has big debts, can't pay them off, bad credit? Are you one of those people? Probably.
No, Tom, in all honesty, I got perfect credit. You know what?
Sure you do.
I'm 27 years old.
Sure you do.
I own a few houses.
Right.
I could pay. I'm married. You know what? You know what? Without you saying all that, Tom, like this.
So you paid your wife's debts off
before you even.
So you paid your debts off, your wife's debts off. You paid them off yourself, right?
No, wait a minute. I never said my wife had debts to begin with.
You pay her bills.
Saying I'm one of the few, yeah. And on top of that, when I was dating, I did like to wine and dine girls.
There we go. That's why you're upset.
No, I'm not upset.
No, you're clearly upset.
I didn't have to wine and dine to get laid, Tom.
Well,
I'm
believe me.
just telling you, I don't understand how someone like yourself...
Well, pal, are you going to repeat this same line? Are you going to repeat this same line over and over? Because if you are, you've run out of juice and I'm going to move on. Are you going to repeat that same line over and over?
I didn't catch that, Tom. My phone was breaking.
Because you wouldn't shut up. I said, are you going to repeat the same line over and over? Because if you are, you've run out of juice and I'm going to move on.
No.
What else do you have to say?
I mean, you can't answer my question.
There you go. Now that you're gone, sir, and so people understand, never on this program do I pretend to give marital advice or advice on how to have a better marriage. Ever. Ever. Never claim to be a marital expert. I'm an expert on avoiding marriage, and I'm an expert on avoiding paying other people's bills. And I'm an expert at staying out of debt. And I'm an expert at handling my own finances. And I'm an expert at getting laid and spending as little of my money as possible on chicks who expect to get paid to get laid. These are the things I'm expert on, and those are the expert opinions I give on this program. And if you are too stupid to understand, or if you believed in spending copious amounts of your own money in order to get chicks into the sack with you, whining and dining is what you call it, well, you go right ahead. But I can retire today if I choose to, and you can't, and that's the bottom line. And you're probably still out there asking that same question over and over and over. You probably don't even know you're off the air. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Jason, on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
Great.
First-time caller, listener for about 6 months. Love your show.
Thank you.
Starting to take all your advice here and starting to work out. My problem is my chick comes to me. She lives with me. We lived together for about a year. She's a pretty cool chick. She goes along with pretty much everything that needs to be done. Before she wasn't paying much of any of the bills. Now I told her, you know what, you're getting a job. You're going to pay half the bills, and that's just fair. So I got her paying half the bills, but now she comes to me, tells me on the 14th, which is tomorrow now, she has a couch, her couch that's in our place she had before she ever met me. She owes $1,200 on it before the interest starts up on it, and she wants me to give her, the money that's left over. She has about $200 she could put towards it. She wants me to give her the rest. And then she says she's going to pay me back. Should I trust in that, or what would your advice be?
You shouldn't even get involved.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you on that one, Tom.
That's her problem, not yours.
Yep. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. So she's bitching at me because I'm saying no. So
I don't know why you're living with her at 24. Why are you even living with her?
You know what? It was it's one of those things where you live, you learn, and I wish I had listened to your show a lot sooner, man.
Well, you could leave.
Yeah, I could. Problem is, I've got a dog that I know that's not much of a excuse, but we got a dog together and the whole 9 yards.
So what?
Yeah, I know. So
what?
I agree.
She can't afford it. She can't afford. Wait. She can't afford to take care of the dog. You take it with you.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Take it with you when you go.
Yeah, I should.
Leave her with her sofa and her debts. Leave her.
Yeah.
Well, don't be a pussy. Get out.
No, there ain't nothing pussy about me. I agree with you.
All right, but why are you still there?
I'm with you on having chicks on the sidelines, too.
No, but I don't ever have chicks on the sidelines. I tell you to get out, live alone. Then nobody's on the sidelines. They're in the bullpen.
In the bullpen. There we go.
Because on the sidelines means you have a girlfriend and you have to sneak around behind her back and make excuses. Who wants to do that?
True.
And I know that's what you had in mind when you said that, but why are you doing that?
Well,
because you don't have the balls to leave, which is what you should be doing.
Yes, I should.
And the reason you don't leave, what, your dog is the reason you don't leave?
Yeah, well, pretty much. That's my only excuse, to be honest with you. It kind of sounds pretty stupid, huh?
Yeah, it does.
So, yeah, I gotta get out. That's what I gotta do. Just gotta hit the road.
Right. And then she can pay off her couch on her own. She can't say, well, you got to sit on it, so you should pay for it. Forget it.
You sound exactly like her there, Tom.
That's great. Tell her you got a dining room table she needs to pay for.
Yeah.
How much furniture in there is yours?
All of it, but the couch.
Great. So tell her how much she owes you on each piece. You'll be happy to pay her part of the sofa, but here's how much you paid for the lamps. Here's how much you paid for the dining room table. Here's how much you paid for the living room chairs, patio furniture, whatever.
Cool.
Of course, she'll never agree to that, and then that's what you'll say as you're going out the door. Well, obviously you don't believe this relationship should be 50-50. See it.
There we go.
You're not required to be with her.
Yep. You are absolutely right, Tom.
So when are you leaving?
I'm going to tell her to leave. It's my place.
Really? Do you own the place?
I certainly do, yeah.
It's a house or a condo?
It's a house.
You own a house?
Yes, I built it. I built it myself. So, well
you bought
along with other contractors. I'm an electrical contractor.
And you own the property too?
Yes.
That's pretty good for 24 years old.
Yeah,
of course, you understand that if she refuses to move out, you may have to get eviction proceedings started and everything like that.
Yes, I know. Yeah. That's not going to be fun. Never had to deal with that before.
Well, time to get started.
Yep.
And then stop moving them in.
Yeah. Well, she was the first and only.
Don't do it again. Hold on a second, Jason. Hold on. Danielle, what did you want to say here to Jason?
Tom, this guy is a total puss. He's not going to leave her. He's all he can say is yep to anything you have to say.
What do you think about that, Jason?
Well, I wish she knew me here because she doesn't know what a puss is, apparently, because that is not what I'm going to do, and I'm actually going to go home and tell her exactly what you said. If you want to pay for half the other furniture, I'll help you with your couch. If not, get out.
And if you're such a loyal listener of Tom's, you need to kick her out. You shouldn't even have a girlfriend.
Well, like I said, I've only been a listener for about 6 months now, and, I am a very loyal listener, and I'm living by the rules now, so.
Well, now you need to get rid of her.
Yeah, I agree.
Then do it.
I will.
You're so whipped. You're not going to do it. You're going to be calling Tom next year crying that she's pregnant.
See, now there's one thing that I have done right. I do not want kids, and I have a vasectomy.
Really? You have no kids?
I have no kids, and I do not want kids, so I got clipped.
That's interesting. I don't think many doctors will do that for somebody your age that doesn't have any children.
You have to go in and ask them, and then they sit you down with a psych doctor. They ask you why, and I tell them why, and then they agreed to go through with the procedure.
Okay.
It's not. I know it's rare, Danielle, but it's not impossible.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all I wanted to say. He's not leaving her. And probably tomorrow.
Well, I think that too. Unless he calls me and tells me he left her, I always assume they're going to puss out.
And he's
so I need to call back in tomorrow then, huh, Tom?
I think that'd be a good idea, Jason.
I think so.
I
think I should.
All right. Good luck, Jason. Danielle, thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Nina on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Well, I just wanted to ask you a question. The guy that
Axe
called,
away.
Okay, the guy that called in before this caller, the guy the one that you hung up on. I wanted to know. I think you're a jerk because, first of all, you didn't answer his question. You didn't answer
well,
his
actually,
question.
He asked that question 3 times, and I answered it. And I answered it after I. All right, I'm going to put you on hold too. I answered the question he asked after I hung up on him. If you were listening to the show, you would know that I answered the question he asked after he hung up.
This is the first time I heard you. You're a jerk. You're not a professional.
You've said it twice now, dear, and we're getting up to the limit here.
She broke your heart, okay? Life goes on. Move on. And
What?
get over it. Quit trying to tell people that it's not right for them to get married just because...
You're just another freeloading bitch like the rest of them.
Oh, I'm a bitch?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so now you're mad and you're upset because you know the truth hurts, huh?
What truth?
It's the truth. She broke your heart. You were the trick.
Who are you talking about?
For this woman, you did that for that woman. So now
Nina, every man out there has been a victim of that at least once. Oh, please. No, we don't want to be. I don't want to be with a woman because to me they all sound like you.
It is okay.
The reason I don't want to be with a woman is because they all sound like you.
Well, I'm going to hang up on you now. Bye.
I got you first. And you're probably a big, fat, fugly thing. Truth has to be told. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Aaron on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, Tom. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. My situation, I wasn't living with the girl, but I was sleeping there, you know, a couple nights, about 4 or 5 nights a week because she wanted me to. You know, we liked each other's company and whatnot. And then, you know, she starts getting crazy, like, yelling at me that I'm not paying half of her bills and I should be paying for her air conditioning. And that I should be paying for the food. I rarely ate there, but that I should be paying for the half of her food and that all this stuff. I'm like, you mean you wouldn't have the air conditioning on if I wasn't here? You know what I mean?
Unbelievable.
I mean, God love her. I was, you know, very much in love with her and all that, but... She broke up with me over this. She's, you know, she thinks I owe her like $2 grand.
Holy cow!
Yeah, you believe that?
Is she going to take it to small claims court now?
No, she doesn't want to do that. But you know, I you know, stupid me. I tried to get back with her, and then she flipped out, and this is what she pulled on me. You know, hey, you know, if you want things to be right, you can start paying me back all the money I spent on you. I mean, do I have any obligation here?
No, of course not.
Okay, so why do I feel so bad? I mean, she made me feel bad like I did over something.
Because you're a pussy. I mean, the bottom line here is, you know what? She could have stayed at your place. You never would have asked her for a cent.
Yeah, exactly.
And you stayed at her place probably for her convenience.
Well, actually, yeah. And, you know, I made the mistake of saying, you know what, your place is actually halfway to my work, so this works out, you know. And she took a total offense to that. And, you know, we got into this big fight over money, you know, how I should be paying for half this stuff. And, you know, I have a high tolerance, but when I get angry, I say really just stupid stuff. And I told her, I said, well, you know what, how about this? How about tonight when I get up to leave, or in the morning when I get up to leave to work, I leave the money on the table. And she flipped out.
Yeah, too bad you didn't use my line about well, it's no wonder God designed a vagina to look like a purse.
Exactly. So I mean, I'm right here. I don't have any obligation, right?
None.
Exactly. I wanted to get it from the master. I knew it. I'm right.
None.
Perfect. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it. Blow me up.
Here you go, Aaron. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. You don't owe her any money. For Christ's sake, you stay here 4 nights a week. You owe me grocery money. Jesus Christ. You invited me, you crazy bitch. Is that Linny? Linny. Yes.
You know, I'm really starting to get annoyed with your program.
Is that so?
It is so.
I'm concerned.
Well, anybody who challenges anything you say, you talk over them.
No, dear, that's not true.
Yes, it is. See, you don't even
No,
allow
it's
me
not.
to finish.
Yeah, dear, this is not an opportunity for you to call in and speak without being interrupted. That's not what this is. We have a dialogue here, not a monologue. So you can say something, and then I'll say a little, and then you say a little. That's how it works. And if you don't like it, don't call in.
Well, I won't call in again, and I'm...
Thank you for that.
Tom. 1-800-5800-TOM.
I think you're brilliant. I enjoy liking you, and I enjoy hating you.
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show from Hollywood at 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. Lance on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Could I please ask you a question?
Of course.
Is it not simple, okay? If they found it, all they got to do, if they don't like what you're saying, is reach over there and turn the knob and change the channel.
They can't do it.
Why not?
By
Did
the
they
way,
break their arm between the time they found it and the time that they went to change it again?
every one of them is still listening right now.
Right. They say, oh, I don't like what you're saying, but yet, you know, they won't turn it off.
You know they love it.
Right. And you know this.
Yes, I do. Many years in service here, Lance. Believe me, I know.
But I just thought I would, you know, ask a question.
Thank you for that, Lance.
Oh, no problem.
I'll see you when I'm in town. I'm going to be in town soon.
All right, good.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. You have a good one.
You too. Appreciate the call. We love Texas. God damn, we love Texas. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Here's Clay on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Tom?
Not much, Clay.
All right, here's my problem. I met this chick about 2 years ago, and I just let her move in with me, knowing better, listening to you for 5 years. And I bought a house, and I try and get rid of her, but she just gets paid every 2 weeks. She'll tell me I'll be out in 2 weeks when I get paid. And by then, I just lose my balls.
Oh, Clay. Why do you lose your balls, Clay? First of all, why did you let her move in the first place?
I didn't know better.
All right. And then what's the big deal, Clay? Just kick her the hell out. There's more where that came from. There's more fish in the sea.
Yeah, I got them lined up, man.
Take a whiff.
That's cool. I just...
I mean, Clay, what's the... You want me to call her and tell her? I'll do it. I'll handle it right now.
No, I can handle it.
You think I don't have the balls? I'll pick up this phone right now. I'll call her now.
All right.
All right?
No, I can handle it. She'll probably beat me up when she gets home.
But you haven't handled it, Clay. That's the thing. You have not handled it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm telling you, I have experience. I will pick up the phone now. You don't even have to say anything if you don't want to. I will call her and tell her.
That'll work, huh? Well, what do I do in 2 weeks? You know?
Well, you get a roommate if you can't afford it. Get a roommate.
Well, I can do it, but I just can't kick her out onto the streets, you know. She ain't got nowhere to go. She ain't got no family.
All right,
my family's all.
You're gonna tell her. You're gonna tell her that on the last day of the month she has to be out.
Yeah. It's just hard, man. I don't know, man.
Why is it hard?
Because I live out here in the boonies.
Yeah.
And it's just ain't nobody out here to talk to. I'll be here by myself. You know?
Come on. That is not a good enough reason to have a girlfriend living in your house.
Yeah.
You chat online. Pick up the phone. Close the door. Is that car door open, Clay?
Yeah.
You got to close it.
All right, here we go.
It's annoying. You think that's annoying in person? Try it down here at the radio station. Clay, if you have no one to talk to, pick up the phone.
Okay.
You don't have anyone to talk to. And then get online. Go to a chat room.
Well, I just left another girl's house, and she's like, man, leave that bitch.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You're already getting it somewhere else.
Yeah. I'm sneaking around. You're just talking about it. I'm in the same situation that other kids in. Own my own house, 24 years old.
And you don't have the balls to kick her out?
No.
It's time to grow some balls, Clay.
All right.
Are you going to grow some balls or not?
I'm ready.
Are you going to do it?
I'm going to do it.
Why am I not convinced?
I don't know. I don't know. It always just drags out over 2 weeks, and by then it's like, forget it.
You're going to tell her tonight. By the first of the month, she needs to have a new place. And where you live, Clay, as you know, because we've been there a million billion times, there's a lot of buildings that were just built. They say now renting on them, right?
Yeah.
They got that sign that says if you lived here, you'd be home by now. Big flags and banners outside the buildings, right?
Yeah, well, she can't afford it.
What do you mean she can't afford it?
Oh, man.
Then she's got another place to go. It's called Mom and Dad's.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
That's where she came from when she moved in with you, right?
Right. Well, she was on the street when I found her.
On the street?
Yeah.
Do you always date? Do you date the homeless regularly? Is that what you do?
So she lived with her.
Where do you pick up chicks? The soup kitchen?
She lived with her crackhead sister.
She was with a crackhead sister. They were out dumpster diving together, and you fell in love immediately.
No.
What are you doing? Hey, hook up the seatbelt or something.
All right, it's hot out here.
Well, how about you turn the engine on? A little air conditioning probably do you good.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, man. I gotta do something.
Yes, you do.
Okay. All right, it's been a long, hot day out here in Texas. Take me out with a crack of a beer and a nice long bong hit, my man.
All right, Clay. Here you go. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Melissa, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom. How are you?
I'm fine.
I just want to tell you I love your show, and I totally agree with what you're saying. And I want to just let you know how the typical girl thinks. And I am. I totally am, and I agree. And I was lucky enough to snag a guy, and I'm going into our marriage, and I'm complaining to my mom that he needs to deal with his debt, which was something like a $1,200 credit card debt, like nothing. And she had to sit me down and say, sweetheart, what are you talking about? He's marrying the debt. You're 70 G's in debt just for grad school. And so that's how a typical girl thinks so. And so you're completely right. It took someone else saying, what are you talking about? You're being a bitch. In order for me to realize, like, oh, my God, why am I even worried about his money? He's the one who's marrying the debt.
Right. His money is his money.
Exactly. And now he's married to me, and the important thing, my debt is his debt.
Oh.
You know, and I had no right trying to tell him to take care of his $1,200. Because guess who's going to pay for the $70,000?
Oh, my God. Outrageous. 1-800-5800-TOM. Jose on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Tom?
Not much.
Well, I got this thing that I met my ex-girlfriend in a club. Same night, she calls me. She came over to my house. We had sex. I nailed her. She fell in love. All right, she started buying me things like after the first month, she put me in all her accounts, credit cards, bank.
She put you on her accounts?
Yeah, all of them.
Did you ask for that?
No. She gave me a credit card, a debit card for her checking account. She gave me Best Buy credit card. She gave me an IKEA credit card. Right?
Fantastic.
Yeah, I know, fantastic.
You must have really gotten the job done to the sack.
Actually, yes, I did.
There we go.
But hold on. She was always asking me never to leave her, you know, like that Johnny Cash song, Never Leave Me. Yeah. Well, one day I got mad and I just broke up with her. Now I'm paying the negative on the bank.
Why are you paying?
Because, I don't know. Because, all right, I told her to cancel all the accounts, right? She didn't cancel the accounts, and I opened up a new account in Wells Fargo. Sorry for saying the name. And, well, my name is on both accounts. Now they're withdrawing money from my account to put in her account.
Well, you didn't authorize that.
I don't know. And she wants me to pay her, like, her negative because she bought me, like, MP3 player.
No, you're not. You may have to hire an attorney for this.
Now I'm, I don't know.
Time to hire an attorney, Jose.
Huh?
You do not owe this money. It's time to hire an attorney.
Yeah.
But you won't because you're going to try to cheap out.
Actually, I don't know. Well, right now I'm, like, dating, like, a 30-year-old girl. And, I don't know, I'm going to get her to pay that negative for me.
No, you're not.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Are you crazy? What are you, a gigolo?
Not really. But I just, man, what do you want me to do? Like,
I just told you what to do. Be a man and handle it yourself. You know, go get an attorney and keep your ex from trying to get into your bank accounts.
Yeah.
She can't do that.
That's the way they are.
No, but guess what? If you make the chick you're dating now pay that bill, you're just lazy.
Yeah. Yeah. But hold on, I want advice for something.
No, I think we're done. I just gave you advice for something, and I know you're not going to pay any attention to it. Jesus. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. TJ on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hi, TJ.
Well, I need some advice.
Okay.
I sure wish I would have got a hold of you and learned about your ways 7-8 years ago.
I agree.
I'm 26, married for 7 years.
Oh, boy.
3 kids. After the third kid's 2 years old, things started going downhill between me and the wife, and we're fighting all the time. Kids are seeing it. It's not a good situation.
No.
What do I need to do?
Well, now you're at the point where you've really dug yourself a big hole.
Very big, very deep and steep.
Hey, you're telling me everything was great till the third kid was born?
Yes.
Yeah, well, you have to tell her that if it's going to be like that, you're out.
Just like that, huh?
You have to tell her. You got to put your foot down.
Well, I don't make a lot of money.
I understand that. But you're already paying child support because you're already supporting your 3 kids. But Texas is pretty good about not having guys pay alimony. You might just have to tell her that's what you're going to do.
The Tom Leykis Show.